I saw this story a couple days ago. I'm going to talk about it briefly. Halo Infinite insensitive Juneteenth color palette quickly removed in a recent update. Okay. Now, here's all you really need to know is that the Halo Infinite developer, 343 Industries, they basically they created a skin for a character in their game, for their characters in the game, and it's a Juneteenth style skin. Now, just so you know, Juneteenth is a very important day. It's become like a national holiday. Juneteenth commemorates the events of June 19th, 1865, when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, to inform enslaved African Americans that the Civil War had ended and that they were free. I believe a little bit later than things actually happened, but you know, it's being considered like it's a national holiday, and there's a whole conversation I had about that. Okay, because frankly, it's almost funny and it's almost kind of fucked up. Juneteenth is a holiday celebrating Black freedom. The holiday is considered like my wife got off for that holiday because she's a manager at a job. Most of the people who get access to these holidays for days off are people in managerial positions of power, for lack of a better term. Black people are disproportionately not represented in management. Like, they're underrepresented proportionally. I'm sorry. So it's fucked up that it's like my wife even says, she's like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up that like there are black managers, but like most of them are like, you know, whiter, because a lot of times the way that it happens is like they'll, you know, a lot of like where my wife works, like they're not racist, but generally speaking, and this isn't true for everybody, Black people tend to not get the same access to resources as white people growing up. That's like, you know, preschools or decent education systems. It depends on where you live. So what ends up happening though is you have like an underrepresentation of Black people in like managerial positions. But then like what happens? So now a bunch of white people are getting off for Juneteenth. It's really fucked up. It's a little bit suspicious, like a character from the popular hit video game Among Us. Thing is, though, they named the skin. Somebody there named the skin Bonobo. Bonobo is a monkey, species of a monkey. This is a bonobo. This is what the skin was called. They named the Juneteenth skin after a monkey. That's where this whole that's where this issue comes down to. Okay. That's where it really comes down to. Yeah. Everybody's like, what are you talking about this for? This is why we're talking about it. Some edgelord at the Halo decided to make this a skin. Now, listen, it's possible that I honestly don't know how they wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know how but I don't get any of it. Frankly. Like, I don't know the infrastructure on how skin creation works, but like it had to go through like at least 3 different people, right? And they just forgot to check this. Like, you really nay-nayed yourself there. I don't know how you let this one slip. Like, were like 5 people okay with it? Like, how? Like, who signed off on this? Let's say some edgelord created it, and then it went up to the boss and like, yeah, Bonobo, oh, that's a cool name. What's that mean? The Google search would have told you that it was racist. But they didn't catch it. They got some heat. Thankfully, they corrected it. But frankly, you know, you probably should do a little bit more. You should probably do a little bit more. They call it the freedom palette. That makes a little bit more sense. You know? You know what's interesting? There's like a lot of Black people with the last name Friedman. And I believe it comes from... That's a slave name, unfortunately. So... yeah, not a whole lot to talk about there, but I just wanted to talk about it. It's fucked up. It's so racist. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout-out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page, and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.